Okay, so till yesterday, that was day two of our demo series. So it on day one and day two, we have tried to explore the path that a business analyst may take or pursue. Okay, so what will be the career growth perspective, job perspective, and so on. And how does our training program at Harsha Trainings on Business Analyst help you get into the role of business analyst, whether you are from IT industry trying to switch roles or whether you belong to the non-IT industry trying to get yourself into the IT part. Now, for those 2 days, we looked at different requirements like who all are eligible, what the prerequisites are for getting into the training program, what kind of work will you be doing after the training program is over, and when you get into an actual job, what the career growth perspective are, and so forth, and what are the basic checks and criterias that could be required for a business analyst before you get started. Okay. Now we also looked at the structure of our training program, how things happen, uh, how the assignments, case study are all drafted so that they can help you cement your knowledge on every topic that is going to be covered on daily basis. Okay. Now, just a quick reminder that all the in notes that we are taking on. Okay, so all these recordings that are being, all these daily sessions that are being recorded during our demo series, they will be uploaded on our YouTube channel. Also, the notes that I'm running notes that I'm taking during these sessions, they will be uploaded in the Google Classroom link. Okay, so if you are someone who is attending the directly that third day of our demo series, okay, and if you don't have access to Google Classroom link, please send a message on this WhatsApp number and we'll be happy to share the Google Classroom link for this demo series so that you can access notes for our day one and day two as well. Also, if you are someone who directly joined the day three of this demo series, then I request you to check the other two videos that have been posted on Harsha Trainings channel for day one and day two as well. So that will help you get started on the some of the other topics that we have discussed so far. Now coming to today, we said the last day we'll be discussing on some of the crucial aspects or some of the commonly asked questions with respect to business analyst. Okay, so one of them being, what's the difference in work profile between a business analyst and a data analyst? Okay, the second one being, should I go for Scrum Master? A Scrum Master is also a non-coding role. A BA is also a non-coding role. So what is basically the difference between BA and Scrum Master? Are two effectively the same thing? And the third topic that we are going to discuss about is that with the AI revolution moving around, what impact will the AI be having on business analyst related work? Okay, so let's get started. The first one we'll pick up is business analyst versus the data analyst work stream. Okay, now I'll put up this box over here and we'll try to write down what exactly a business analyst and a data analyst will be doing. Okay, let's demark them. let's put this as data analyst. Now, people often get confused, stating that or thinking that both are more or less the same thing. Okay, but we'll try to figure out the difference between them today. So, when it comes to a business analyst, or let me put up a text box here as well. Okay, so a business analyst, as we said earlier, will be primarily managing stakeholders. So business analyst is responsible for managing stakeholders. Now these stakeholders could be internal stakeholders like your developers, testing team, project managers, or even the technical architects for that matter. Or the business analyst could also be responsible for managing external stakeholders like the client who is giving the IT work, okay, who wants to build the IT application. A data analyst, a data analyst doesn't have to manage any stakeholders. Okay, for a business analyst, the primary work could be related to facilitating meetings, okay, requirement elicitation, prioritization of the requirement, okay, requirement modeling, basically an act of creating flowcharts, okay, creating user stories, and so on. Okay, so there are bunch of things that the business analyst will be responsible for doing. Okay, now what about the data analyst? Okay, what kind of work will a data analyst be doing? Now a data analyst primarily have to create a data visualization for the requirements. So suppose I have written down a requirement for creating a sales report, that you should create a sales report which will highlight the date or the month, let's say the month, in a given month, how many items were sold, what was the total value of the item sold, whether we made profit or not. So as a business analyst, maybe I'll just write down the requirements of what must be present in the report, then how to create that report, what tools to use to create that report. Those are the responsibility of a data analyst. So they analyze the requirement written by the BA. Okay, now you may ask me, who is the consumer of these reports? So that's a different topic, but usually if I am creating a sales report, someone wants to review that sales report, and that someone is usually from the client side. Okay, so client will try to see the sales report to identify which month what kind of performance are we delivering, okay, are we making profits, losses, so that accordingly they can devise their strategy. So business analyst and data analyst are working in tandem to appropriately identify how to further improve profits in the business. Okay. A business analyst will be primarily using tools like Jira to create user stories. Okay. Then Microsoft Visio or similar tool to create flowcharts or requirement modeling to be performed. Okay. Other than that, MS Word for creating requirement documents, okay, and other similar kind of tools. Okay. They may use any requirement management tool as well, like Confluence.
Sorry, I just missed the 30 minutes of the class. Could you repeat what I said?
Now, what about a data analyst? What kind of tools a data analyst will be using? So, data analyst use any data visualization tools like Power BI or Tableau. These are your data visualization tools. Okay. Other than this, a data analyst is also supposed to be good in SQL, writing SQL queries, which will help extract the data from the underlying tables. Must be good with the database related concepts. Okay. So you see, a data analyst is more on the programming side. Now, some of the organizations, they use the name business analyst and data analyst interchangeably. Maybe that is good for the organization, but that may create confusion in the mind of the people applying for jobs. So whenever you want to identify what kind of job it is, always look for the job description, JD. Okay. If it talks about things like Power BI, Tableau, SQL, database related concepts, okay, that means what they are saying is, even though the name could be business analyst, they are giving you data analyst role. That will require some form of coding. Okay. If a business analyst job talks about facilitating meetings, requirement elicitation, requirement modeling, creating user stories, requirement prioritization, then that is the true category of business analyst related work where we want to put forward our focus. Okay. So now that's the primary difference between business analyst and data analyst, and that is how I advise students to identify the difference between the two. Maybe the designation may be business analyst, but always look at what kind of work is mentioned against that designation. If designation is business analyst and work is Power BI, Tableau, SQL, those kind of things, then just be aware. Okay. If designation is business analyst and the work mentioned is all this requirement prioritization, elicitation, meetings, then that is the true BA related work. Any questions?
Can BA can become a data analyst?
Sorry, who can become data analyst?
BA.
Yeah, see, at the end of the day, it is all about skills. Okay. If as a BA, I learn SQL, I learn Power BI or Tableau, then I can become data analyst. Who will stop me from becoming data analyst? It's just about acquiring skills for that specific role. And why will anyone acquire skills? If you are interested in it. For some people, the interest could be, I'm not good in coding. So maybe I don't want coding related role. So for them, business analyst could be preferable. For some people, it could be like, okay, maybe I want coding and I like doing coding. So maybe they can switch to more coding specific roles. Okay. So as long as you acquire skills, you can start working on anything. If you acquire good skills in Python coding, maybe you can start something on the artificial intelligence domain as well. Okay, so we will move on. The next that we want to see is BA versus Scrum Master. Okay. We said another similar kind of profile. So BA and Data Analyst, because the name being similar, people get confused that Data Analyst, Business Analyst, sometimes they think that both are the same thing. And they come with the expectations that they will be taught Power BI, Tableau, SQL, even in Business Analyst classes. Okay. So I just wanted to clear that out. Now, this second question that people usually have is a business analyst, you are saying, is non-coding role. A scrum master is also a non-coding role. So, what's the difference between a business analyst and a scrum master then? Okay, so a business analyst, we already looked at this one, and a scrum master is responsible for driving. Okay, so I have a developer, I have QA, I have business analyst as well. Okay, now business analyst is responsible for talking to, like I said, internal stakeholders, external stakeholders, basically with the idea of trying to get the requirements. Okay. A Scrum Master may not necessarily talk to external stakeholders, but will definitely be talking a lot to internal stakeholders like business analysts, developer, testers, to ensure that everyone is doing their work effectively. Okay. If a business analyst has a problem, maybe Scrum Master will try to resolve the problem. If data analyst has a problem, maybe Scrum Master will try to help them to resolve the problem. Okay. When I say Scrum Master will try to help resolve problem, it does not mean that Scrum Master will sit there and do the work. It only means that Scrum Master will identify who can solve this issue for me. Okay. So a Scrum Master is more responsible for managing the team. That team is doing the work that is assigned to them. Team is not running behind the schedule. Suppose if we have to complete a work in 1 week, then team is able to complete the work in 1 week or not. Okay. Now a business analyst, you see, we have written all the skill sets over here. And during our initial discussions, we said though business analyst is a non-coding role, but it is a technical role. Why technical? Because a business analyst is helping down in building requirements for a software. Okay. A scrum master, on the other hand, is a non-coding, non-technical role.
BA can also become a Scrum Master, sir.
Like I said earlier, if you acquire skills, you can perform any role. I mean, there's no one stopping as such in the IT industry that you should only do BA work. If you have the appropriate skills, you can definitely become a Scrum Master also. So for Scrum Master, what is usually needed? Sorry, it is non-coding plus technical. Okay. Now, where when we looked at BA, we said they'll be responsible for requirement elicitation, modeling, creating user stories, prioritization. When it comes to Scrum Master, a Scrum Master is primarily responsible for managing the team. So they'll be responsible for tasks like assigning the work in the team, managing people, improving their motivation. So if team is demotivated, motivate them. And that is why some of the similar related tasks, if team is having any issues or roadblocks, help them resolve those issues or roadblocks, track the progress of the work. So that is why it is more of a non-technical work. Along with non-coding, Scrum Master is more of a non-technical work as well. And that is where it becomes a slightly risky profile as well for people who are who want to start their work in IT industry. Okay, why risky profile? See, whenever times good, everyone will be happy. Whenever there are tough times, like in 2020 COVID times, what usually happens is organizations want to eliminate the non-technical people. Okay, because those non-technical people are not adding any values. Even in my case, I have seen uh, our scrum master was removed and we were told to play the role of scrum master, that for time being, for 1 year 2 year, manage the team, and then as things will improve, if budget improves as well, we will hire a dedicated scrum master.
Like that, BA has any chance for that, sir? Like to be removed?
See, in worst situation, everyone can be removed. But what happens is if you are building a software, you need someone who can manage that software. Maybe you will not require 10 people, maybe you will want 5 people to manage it, but you still want some people who can manage software. Okay. For managing that software, you need technical people, not non-technical people. So what usually organizations try to do is they try to eliminate the non-technical people first to save cost. If still removing non-technical people is not enough, then they come to technical people. So when you are in any technical role, you are kind of shielded, that you always have good skills that can help you survive even during the tough times. Whereas if you are a non-technical person like a project manager, a scrum master, an HR for that matter, or other non-technical people, then you will be having difficult time if especially when you have high amount of experience. Like, one is COVID related times, okay, when organizations want to cut down the responsibilities. Second is when your experience increases. So when the experience increases, a technical person becomes more knowledgeable. Like as a BA, you will become product owner, you will become product manager, your knowledge improves, the way of working improves. Okay, with that improved knowledge, you can add more value. Whereas when it comes to scrum master, project manager, you have to manage the team only. So what kind of value will you be adding? Either you get into management related roles to save yourself, else you cannot be the project manager alone or scrum master alone right throughout your career. Okay, that's a risky profile. As soon as you hit 15 years, 15 years 16 years experience, people immediately start asking you, what value are you adding? Maybe I can bring a 4 year 5 year experienced scrum master who can do the same work. Whereas when as a BA, when you have 15 years experience, you are probably working as a product owner or a product manager, not as BA any longer. So it is only during your initial years you'll be working as BA, but with time your roles responsibilities will evolve as well. But with scrum master, There is no criteria as such. You are a scrum master trying to manage a team during tough times. Maybe a senior developer or a senior BA could be managing the team, or when your experience increases significantly and you are asking for higher package, higher salary, organizations may try to hire relatively 4 5 years of experience scrum master who can do the same work in a much lesser salary. Okay, so
BA
work wise, I'm
comes
not
under
saying,
technical roles, sir.
sorry,
BA comes under technical roles or non-technical?
BA will be technical role. Technical, understand that anyone who is directly involved in building a software is a technical person. Okay. Within that role, BA is a non-coding person. BA is not doing any coding, but BA is writing down requirements which will help build the software. The coding will be done by the developers.
Yeah, it's a fine.
Okay. Now the next thing, tool sets could be more or less same for a scrum master and a business analyst as well. Okay. With the addition that a scrum master may have access to some project management tools as well, which will help them identify or keep track of how many people are there in the team, who is assigned what kind of work, who is doing on what, how is the status or the progress of things moving around. Okay, so yes, both are non-coding, but Scrum Master is along with non-coding, non-technical role, whereas a business analyst is a technical role. Because business analyst is directly responsible for creating requirements. Using those requirements, the developers will write the code. Okay, and that code will create the software. Whereas as for a scrum master, there will not be any direct involvement or contribution as such in the in building up the software. Okay, now I hope these two differences between business analyst and data analyst and between business analyst and scrum master are clear. Are there any questions?
No, sir.
Sure. So then we'll move on to our third topic of the day, that is what impact AI is going can have on the role of a business analyst. Okay. So before we jump over there, let's understand few things about the artificial intelligence. See, as of now, the AI is in nascent stage. Okay, that means it is still evolving. So AI depends a lot on the data that is being used to train these models. Okay, so because these data keeps evolving, new discoveries are being found. Okay, and these are the initial stages of artificial intelligence. So because data is evolving, plus there could be some defects in the system as well. So it is still in nascent stage. Okay? That means it is still evolving. Okay. Now AI depends heavily upon the underlying data. Okay. It depends a lot on the underlying data which is used to train these AI models. So if the data itself is incorrect, the AI will always provide incorrect answers. If data is correct, AI may provide correct responses to you. So as of now, you cannot say with certainty, with 100% surety, that AI will always give you the right answers. Okay. Now AI is the future, and I'm not denying that. I'm not against that AI will not come, or AI systems will not be built in the future. It will come, but there is still some distant way to cover. Okay, so we have, if you look at how the cars evolved over time. Okay, so people often say that, in the in the late 80s or early 90s, mostly there were ambassador cars or Maruti early variants which were not as effective as the cars today. Okay, so whatever cars we have available today, it was not as if these cars were directly built. Okay, it took good 30-40 years to get to the place where we are today. The same thing will happen with any technology as well. So AI may not be as effective as it could be in the future. But then if you ask me how long will it take for that, so I don't have any specific answer for it. Okay? Maybe it will take 10 years, maybe it may take 5 years, maybe it may take 20 years to get to the stage where AIs will become much more effective. Okay? But right now, what's happening? Okay? So you have certain AI tools like Chat GPT, Gemini, or Bard. Okay, now we have these AI tools. How do we use these AI tools? Okay, we use these AI tools by asking them questions. Okay, this is also called as prompt engineering. Okay, you ask them questions. For the questions that you ask, the AI tools will provide answers. Okay, it looks simple. Imagine earlier cases where if you have to find answers, what you will do is you will open Google, you will search for something. Google will present you certain results, different websites. You have to go through every website to find out which one is more relevant to you, which one is providing answers that you are actually looking for. Okay, so that was a slightly cumbersome approach, meaning that I will have to go through tons of websites before I could identify which one is actually truly providing answer to my question. Now with AI, you can get direct responses. Okay, now I don't have to skim through multiple websites. I will ask specific question to AI. AI will give me specific answer, so now I have answer upfront. I don't have to go through multiple websites. Now, if I want references, I can again ask AI that from where did you get this answer? Can you give me reference of the article, website, documents, whatever you use to get to this answer. Okay, so that is an effective way. That is why these AI tools are becoming popular now, because people want answers to their questions. And one of the things that was little bit difficult was to going through all the websites that Google search will display and then identify your answers from there. Okay. So in that sense, these AI tools are becoming popular, but like I said, AI tools, their responses depend heavily on the underlying data. Okay. And if this data is accurate, you will get more accurate responses. If this data is inaccurate, you will get wrong answers. So at least as of now, you cannot 100% rely on artificial intelligence tools alone. Okay. Now, with what we understood so far about artificial intelligence, it looks promising, isn't it? It feels that artificial intelligence will try to do a lot many things, including becoming better. Okay, so artificial intelligence will improve the accuracy of the response they are giving. That is, improve the accuracy of the answers they are providing, so that they are giving you more appropriate answers, and then try to do a wide variety of things. Okay? At least as of now, the way things are, it is you asking them questions. Okay, if you don't ask an artificial intelligence tool a question, they are not going to respond anything on their own. They don't know as of now. As of now, they can't read your mind and then tell you what you are thinking and then accordingly give you a response. Okay, we are not in that stage yet. It is still more of a conversational AIs. You ask them a question, they will give you a response. If you don't ask them questions, they don't even know what you are working on. Okay. So for a business analyst, when it comes to business analyst, what exactly is the main part of a business analyst where they are spending most of the time? So business analyst is spending majority of their time in communicating with stakeholders, in running meetings with stakeholders, trying to run discussions with stakeholders to identify requirements. Can an AI tool do that work? At least as of now, not yet. Okay, like I said, most of these tools are relying on you to ask questions. Okay. Now, if you create a robot that is able to have thinking process, that can go and talk to stakeholders to identify their requirements, to talk to them, and then come back and create a requirement document or build a software, then definitely business analyst role could be replaced. But when is that going to happen? Will that even happen or not is the question. Okay. So right now, whenever the technology improves or whenever the technology evolves, it is to take away the most mundane tasks. Okay. Or mundane is something that is repetitive and not interesting. So
Tell me how
take
many
away those
batches
kind of
you have
tasks with
in.
you.
Hello.
Sorry, was there a question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Till now, how many batches you have covered, sir, and out of them, how many got placed, and how the roles are playing right now in the BA?
So, sorry, but let me request you guys that if you can ask questions relevant to the topic, that will be really helpful. Second, if you have any questions that are not related to the topic immediately, let's just wait for final 10 minutes, okay? Because at the end, again, I'll give you opportunity to ask all questions that are not related to today's topic, maybe to yesterday's or day before yesterday's, or even general topics as well. Okay, so I'll not answer that question, Suresh, immediately, but give me 10 minutes and then we'll come back to your question.
Sure, sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, now as of now, the majority of the work is still being done by the business analyst. Okay, and where exactly a AI tool can help a business analyst is, like I said in the earlier cases, suppose you are someone who wants to influence others by writing more formal statements. Okay, now assume that English is not my primary language. Maybe I come from different language. My native language is something else. I know English, I can speak, I can read English, I can write in English, but English not being my native language, it's not really helping me frame more formal statements. So I can definitely make use of artificial intelligence and then give them a statement that, can you help me frame the below statement in a more formal manner. Okay, and then let's say this is my question. I want to introduce myself, but maybe I don't know how to. So if you see the response, AI will give you very generic response that talk about your education, talk about your work experience. But if I change this question and say to AI that, let's say I have 14 years of experience and worked as BA with skills of, okay, let's say something something. Now, how do I formally introduce to clients? Okay. Now, when you ask this question, AI will give you more specific responses tailored to the input that you have provided. Okay. So AI, artificial intelligence, can help you write down or perform one of the simple tasks that I have told you. Maybe I have a requirement with me. I have certain statements of requirement with me, but I don't want to simply write down those statements in my requirement document. I want to present it in a more formal way so that people reading the document will not only understand but will also be impressed by my documentation skills. Okay. So as a BA, documentation skills is a very important skill to have, but if I don't have, will it stop me from working as a business analyst? No. I can always rely upon, like I said, artificial intelligence to help me construct statements. So that is one good thing. Okay. So like I said, artificial intelligence is aimed, at least as of now, at removing some of the mundane tasks. Okay. And one of those tasks could be, suppose I'm not good in language, but maybe I can definitely work upon improving my communication skills. I can use AI tool to help me get reference to some of the products that are available at improving communication skills. I can also present my question to the AI and then get specific responses to it. Okay. But artificial intelligence, it is not going to conduct requirement meetings with the clients. It is not going to create documents, because as of now a lot of organizations are still skeptical. See, AI depends on data. Okay. For a lot of organizations, this data is very private in nature. They don't want to release or reveal their data to any other company. They don't know how the other company, the AI company, will actually be using that data. It could lead to legal consequences as well. So that is why a lot of organizations are still skeptical about using AI, and they still don't want to use AI for doing majority of their work. But for us, for regular users, AI can definitely help us build more formal statements when it comes to business analyst specific work. Now, different other roles can use AI differently, but I'm trying to restrict our discussions to how an AI tool can help a business analyst. Okay. Now there are few things that you must be careful or mindful about whenever you are using artificial intelligence. Okay. One is, okay, suppose whenever you want to ask a question to AI, don't reveal information like, hi, my name is Rahul. I work for ABCD company. I'm assigned to work for ABCD client as well, and that client is asking me questions. Now you are revealing too much of confidential information. Who are you? Where are you working? Which client are you working for? Those are confidential information that you should not be revealing. So whenever you are asking questions to AI, always ensure that you ask questions without revealing confidential information. You can ask scenario based question. You can present a scenario to AI like, my client is very aggressive. Okay, every time I reach out to them, they keep changing the requirements. How do I handle such aggressive client who keeps on changing requirements. Okay. Now, in such instance, you are just providing the scenario. You did not tell anything about yourself or the client. You just presented a scenario that client is aggressive and keeps changing requirement. How do I handle this? Okay. Now, in such cases, it is more better way of asking questions. So whenever you are using AI, always ensure that you are not revealing or sharing any confidential data with AI tool. That is the utmost important thing with AI. If organizations get to know that you are sharing confidential information with AI to ask your questions, you can definitely land in trouble as well. Okay. Second thing is always understand the AI usage policy of the IT company. Okay. So whichever company you join, okay, always understand how they are going to use, what AI tools are allowed to use, what AI tools are not allowed to use, or what kind of restriction has been placed by that company. Okay. So that you don't fall into any kind of trouble at all. See, AI tools sooner or later can be used widely, but like I said, there is lot of apprehensions related to data because people are not sure that, most of the time, what people do is simply copy paste. So during copy paste, you may copy some confidential information and then share it with the AI tool. And no one knows how the AI tools are still utilizing this data. Who all will have access to this confidential data? And it becomes difficult to then run behind the AI companies to get them to delete this confidential data. Okay, so that is where some of the companies are still skeptical, and I request you as much as possible, and that's where our third point comes in. As much as possible, type in your questions. Okay, don't copy paste. Copy paste can lead to first point, that is sharing confidential data. Okay, you may not realize, but it may happen that let's say you are a developer, a code is there, a code can have user ID password. You just copy pasted entire code and given to AI tool to ask find some mistakes in this code. Now AI tool has your entire code along with user ID passwords in it. Everything is present. So as much as possible, instead of copy paste, type in your questions. Okay, type in the exact information that you want. Now these are some of the points that I wanted to share with you with respect to AI. What is AI? What kind of impact it can have as of now, or at least in the foreseeable future? AI can definitely help you with writing for a BA, specifically for writing more formal statements that can be utilized in your requirement documents. Okay, but is AI going to do your work? Is AI going to meet your clients, get requirements from them, run discussions with them? No, not at least as of now, or in the foreseeable future as well. Now, any questions that you guys have? Okay, so we'll get back to your question, Suresh. Yes, Sudhir, you have some question?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
first Scrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have. For Scrum Master, there will be certified Scrum Master will like that will be there. For BA, is there any certification available?
Yes, so yesterday we covered about the certifications that are offered by IIBA Institute, okay, like ECBA, CCBA, and CBAP. ECBA being the entry level certification for BA. But like how a CSM certification is mandatory for a Scrum Master to have, okay, for BA, the most of the organizations they don't mandate any certifications yet. They're still relying upon the experience that a candidate has over the certification. But there are certifications available. You can do those certifications, but they are not mandatory for applying to any jobs or getting into jobs.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Now, Suresh, for your question, till now, this we have completed 7 batches, actually 6 batches. Seventh one is still running on, which is halfway through. Another 2 to 3 weeks are pending. Across those 7 batches, you can say we have covered approximately 47, 48 students. Okay. Now, some of them, they were already working as a business analyst. Like out of those 48, some 4 candidates were already working as business analysts, but they didn't have the exact knowledge of what needs to be done. They joined as a fresher. Now, and approximately 15 of the candidates have been as reassigned as a business analyst out of all the students that have trained. We are still working with the remaining candidates, like whenever we find any BA related opportunity, we definitely tell people where the opportunity is, how to apply over there, so that you can go there and apply for the business analyst position and then start appearing for interviews.
Yes, sir. Yes. So there are internal clients that so that I can able to have that access to go for the interview like that in the internal clients you have.
Internal clients, no.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, but we definitely have tie-ups. Okay, if you ask me if we have any internal clients, no, but we definitely have tie-ups with lot of companies around here, and whenever those companies they have any open position, or in general, if there are plenty of companies available in the market, whenever they have any open position, we'll definitely keep our students posted. And the second thing along with that is, it's not as if once the course is over, we leave you aside that, now let's focus on the new batch. So if there are any opportunities, we keep you updated. Plus, if you are appearing for any interviews and if you want to, like, clarify some of your doubts before interview, or if you want to have any questions answered, or maybe you have already given interview in full confidence but it did not go well, and now you want to retrospect that what questions were asked and why it did not come through, then also we can have a discussion that what questions were asked, what answers you gave, what different answer you could have given. Okay, now just to reiterate these points again, guys. Okay, for all those who have access to Google Classroom, good, you'll get all the documents uploaded over there. You can refer to these documents at later stages whenever you need them. For all those who don't have access to Google Classroom link, please drop a message on this mobile number. Okay, you can drop a WhatsApp message. If you are in India, you can drop a regular SMS as well, but please drop a message to this number so that we can share you the link of Google Classroom. Through that link, you'll be able to access all these documents, plus about any upcoming training modules also will keep posting on Google Classroom link as well. So you can get all the required updates from there. So if you have already joined the Google Classroom link, good. If you have not, please do drop a message on this number highlighted on your screen here. Okay. So thank you everyone for your time. Uh, we hope to see each other in the regular batches as well if you are interested. If you have any other questions, reach out to us on this number that's highlighted. We'll be happy to help you with any questions that you may have. Till then, thank you for your time. We'll connect later.